Good morning everybody and welcome to day 2 of the Snow Queen Ultra. I've started now. There's a few wolf packs out there. I'm a little bit behind schedule today. I got held up by the big horned sheep over at Old Fort Point. So I've started the climb. It's definitely a tough one. This climb is a bastard. I'm still climbing. Still chugging away. It's hard work today. Oh my gosh. Well, that is one heck of a view. I'm coming up to 20 miles, 32 kilometres, and this road just keeps on climbing. And now I'm at 12 miles of running uphill. I am swearing. I'm getting angry, I'm getting irritable, and I just want this stretch to be finished with. Leave it up, yes.
No comment.
I've got exactly 3 hours until sunset. I'm not happy. Not happy. I'm really hoping there's no more climbing because it'll finish me off today. The race, as I said earlier, against the sun is well and truly on.
As I rounded that corner, yet again, up for another 6 miles.
It's hard not to feel a little disappointed that I probably just missed the sunset. I can't tell you how good it is to see that sign today. That makes me feel so good today. I finally finished the 61k. That was a freaking slog today. I have never seen so many hills. The sun beat me, but that's okay. I'm going to have it back tomorrow. Good morning everybody and welcome to the final day of the Snow Queen Ultra. This is day number 3 and I'm looking at another 61 kilometres this morning. Here we are again at Maligne Lake. It's currently minus 19, which is crazy temperatures so far this week. This is the coldest it's been. As you can see, I've got my pink jacket on today rather than my green one. I just needed that extra layer due to the cold. But sunrise is in about another 5 minutes and I'm going to be setting off fairly soon. So I shall catch you later and I'll be checking in and out throughout the day.
As I stood waiting to start, I was feeling apprehensive about how things would go. Having finished 18 minutes after the sunset the previous day, any gains I'd made on day 1 had now been eroded, so I was starting with no time advantage. Whilst I was feeling much better than I'd anticipated, I could definitely feel fatigue in my legs, and I was concerned about how this would affect me later on in the day. Add to that the much colder weather and the extra layers I was wearing to protect myself from both frostbite and hypothermia, today could go either way. All I knew was that between sunrise and sunset, I had 7 hours 37 minutes to complete today's run, and I was prepared to do whatever it took to make sure that I hit my goal. With the sun rising over Maligne Lake, I made my way across the parking lots, trying to add some distance before hitting the same road that would take me back to Jasper and onto the finish line. After 5 kilometres, I said my goodbyes.
Bye-bye Maligne Lake, and see you next time, maybe next year. And I'll do this all over again. Thanks for a wonderful time.
Now you may have noticed that some of the fir trees here are brown, and this is due to the mountain pine beetle that is an invasive species that came into Alberta from British Columbia. What happens is the beetle lives and feeds under the tree bark, which ends up turning the trees red and then they die. Thousands of trees have now died in the national park, but thankfully the beetle numbers are now in decline, and with nature having a remarkable way of recovering, in a few years' time the greens will return to Jasper.
Well, hello everybody. I now have less than 50 kilometres to go in the Snow Queen Ultra. I've got just under 30 miles left, and this is again my route for the day. It's absolutely beautiful. It's warmed up to around about -15 now. So I've taken one of my layers off. That at 4 degrees makes a huge difference. I'm feeling good. A little tired in the legs, but in general I'm feeling good. And yeah, it's lovely out here this morning, even if it is a little bit chilly. So I'll check in again in a few more miles. Take care, everybody.
Even though Andy and the dogs had been following along in the car and crewing me, I was still carrying a backpack for pretty much the entire time. I'd got a few nibbles in there, including gels and jelly beans, and of course Tailwind for drinking. But I'd also taken with me a waterproof jacket, a first aid kit, a head torch and a foil blanket, plus of course my bear spray. At times I did feel quite isolated out there. And whilst it may seem that I was being overly cautious, I was at least prepared for any eventuality whilst out on the road.
Summer, you can see mountain goats upon those cliffs, but even then they're very well camouflaged, so I doubt whether we'll see any today, but it's pretty impressive that they can walk on that kind of terrain. There's the notch again. Sun's shining on it today. And those mountains ahead there, at the bottom of those, at the foot of those mountains, is Jasper. And those that know the Jasper skyline, these mountains here, that's where the route goes. And as I say, dogs aren't allowed up there because there's caribou and it's a protected area, and at this time of year they close off the entire trail up there. That whole area is closed off to protect the caribou. Hey guys, 15 miles in today. So 23 to go. I know there's a 12 mile of downhill to do today because I did 12 miles of uphill yesterday. So that's coming up shortly and I'm looking forward to that. There's the notch again. The sun's on there today. It's looking mighty splendid. Alrighty, catch you all later. And here's my support crew. Oh gosh, this snow is hard work.
I built up such a healthy appetite over the past couple of days, and having felt like I'd not eaten enough on the previous 2 days, today I was making sure to eat and drink properly. A good mix of pizza, sausage rolls, potato chips and candy was sure to keep the hunger at bay, and along with hot chocolate and hot coffee, I was definitely well fueled for the next 15 miles or so. I was now very familiar with this 7-kilometre stretch of road alongside Medicine Lake. It was one of the flatter sections and gave wide open views of the lake and the Maligne Valley. Interestingly, Medicine Lake isn't really a lake, but it's actually formed by the Maligne River that enters at the top end and then disappears underground into a vast, inaccessible limestone cave system beneath Medicine Lake. The river then reappears at Maligne Canyon several miles down the road. During the summer months, Medicine Lake is actually filled with snowmelt from the surrounding mountains, which does drain away over time.
Hey peeps, so I've started the long downhill. I'm going to swing into the Maligne Canyon just to get an extra mile or two, and then it'll save me having to run around the town when I get back. I'm coming up to 18 miles, so almost halfway, and we're on 3 hours 22 at the moment. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling much better fuel today, but then I have drank a lot more. So I shall crack on, and I'll catch you again soon. Hey again guys, just a quick update. I'm now coming up to 21 miles. Still feeling good. Legs are a little tired, but I've been running downhill for quite a while now. And obviously, I've already got like 100, I don't know, 70, nearly 100 miles on my legs over the past 3 days so far. So I suppose it's to be expected that the legs are a little bit tired, but every mile I click off is obviously 1 mile less to go. So yeah, it's making good progress, feeling happy. I'm looking forward to a rest tonight and tomorrow, but I am so glad I've done this. I really am. Okay, Andy's ahead. Oh yeah, we're getting a few snow flurries at the moment. Nothing major, but he's certainly feeling pretty wintry. Righty ho, off we go. Just a little update. We're now into the final 9 miles or 15 kilometres, and I've just come past Maligne Canyon, and I'm now heading back into Jasper. Oh, I'm feeling good. Legs are obviously tired, but I'm feeling good. Woo! I am into the last 5 miles of today's run. So that's what, I don't know, my brain's not even working now. But I am feeling good. It looks like I'm going to be finishing around about the 7-hour mark today. Sunset is going to be 40 minutes after that. So I think I've definitely beaten the sun today. So here we go. Let's go finish this Snow Queen Ultra. I'm feeling good. Hey guys. So I'm coming in to the last 3 or 4k. I'm actually back in Jasper, and I can smell that finish line. And boy, will I be glad to get there. All right, see you shortly. So the good news is that the Snow Queen Ultra is now complete. I've just finished my 61 kilometres, 38 miles for day 3, and I am absolutely chuffed to bits. I've just done my fastest time, 6:58 today. Admittedly there was a lot of downhill, but that downhill doesn't half hurt your quads. So we're going to go back to the hotel now. I'm going to get a hot bath, and I'm going to pig out on as much food as possible, and I'm going to have a damn good beer too. Well, hello everybody, and we're now back home, and it's about 4 weeks now since I completed the Snow Queen Ultra. I've got so many fond memories of those 3 days in Jasper, running backwards and forwards along the Maligne Lake Road. We've been very lucky. The weather since we've been back has been around about -20s, so we actually had much warmer weather when I was out there over the Christmas period. The swag arrived, as you can see, a very nice t-shirt and of course a very, very impressive medal, which makes the efforts all worthwhile, and of course it means that those memories will be with me forever. For those of you that are interested in the statistics, it actually took me 22 hours and 4 minutes cumulative time to do the 113.6 miles or the 183 kilometres, which, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm really, really happy with. Absolutely delighted with that run. Day 1 took me 7 hours 15 minutes, day 2 took me 7 hours 51 minutes, but if you recall it was all uphill. And then day 3 was my personal best, which was very, very surprising, as I finished the 38 miles in 6 hours 58 minutes. In terms of elevation, over the 3 days I climbed something like 8,000 feet, and certainly the uphill was hard work, but even the downhill I could feel it in the old quads here. And then food, my goodness gracious, I emptied the fridge for the few days as soon as we got back home. I burnt something like 30,000 calories in just those 3 days, just from the sheer effort of everything. But of course, if you've watched the previous videos, you'll know that I fueled myself on pizza, ham and cheese sandwiches, sausage rolls, tailwind, hot coffee, and of course, hot chocolate. I do have some more challenges planned throughout the year, both during the winter months and the summer months. I'm really hoping that you'll join me for those too. If you subscribe to my channel, of course, you will get all those notifications when those videos are available. I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. I really hope that you do subscribe to my channel, because I've got big ideas for where this is going. Thanks very much for watching, and of course, see you next time. All the very best.